What does it mean to receive? To receive during dating? What does it mean to be treated with high effort? And how can you stop sabotaging it? I remember being on a date with a guy and he wanted to pay for my dinner, and I just felt so uncomfortable. I didn't want him to pay. I didn't want him to even give me compliments. I was completely blocked and I was like, no, I don't feel good. I don't feel safe. And at that time, I didn't realize why I was so blocked off that. But because I also had support from a coach, which I'm so grateful that I invested in, I realized my blockage was that I was feeling that this guy would want something back. He would want me to pay it back in maybe ways that I didn't want to do. And that was my biggest blockage. And absolutely in this situation, it would be the best to just say no, right? Like, let's assume that he wants me to do something back that I don't want to do, then, absolutely don't receive the payment for the dinner. You go out together for dinner and then he pays for the meal. But I talked to my coach and back then, and she said, Ellie, yes, that is a possibility, but what if there's a man out there who is happily paying for your dinner, who's happily doing that because he just enjoys the time with you. He just um, enjoys being around you and he's happily providing. It's his pride with his hard earned money to pay for that date. And he will respect your boundaries. He will respect your boundaries. He will not push for anything. He will not expect anything back. Would you then receive? And I was like, yes, I would. I would. Because then I would feel safe. So that was the mindset step for me to open up to the idea that I can receive without any, without any bill attached to that. And then I had another blockage personally where I felt like, but how is that possible? How can I just receive because I'm there? What kind of value do I bring? Because until this point, I always felt like, I have to do something to get something. So I have to put in the hours at the job to get the payment, or, I have to bring a lot of value. And in Korea, that is absolutely true, right? That it's important to bring value to receive money back or a treat back, because money is the energetic exchange for service and value, but or product. But in dating, I kind of projected that on dating, and I felt like, but how is it possible? Why would I receive that? Like, I couldn't wrap my mind around it, especially, growing up in the Western world, modern world. And I remember my coach also telling me that, you know what kind of value you bring? I'm like, no. Most men, they get a degree, not for themselves, but to impress women. They get muscles, not for themselves, to impress women. They get, they start to try to look good, not for themselves, but for women. They try to earn money and have a cool car, not for themselves, not even to make other men jealous, but for to impress women. So what kind of value is that? It's limitless value of feminine energy, where a woman is impressed and chooses him to spend time with him, to spend maybe even a lifetime with him. It is, you are valuable just because you are a woman. And in that moment, my jaw literally dropped. I was like, wow, I never thought about it this way, but it's so true, right? Men do all of these things to impress women, and it's in their DNA. In millions of years of evolution, men always had to fight other men, go through the protection of the brothers and father to get the approval to marry. They had to do so many things to even have the chance to have a woman by their side. And these days, it's the same thing. Men do all of those things to impress a woman. If their goal wouldn't be to impress a woman, they wouldn't. Yeah. And even when a man already is married and he doesn't feel like he has to impress a woman, then he lets himself go. But if you know how to still communicate with him correctly when you're married, he will keep impressing you every single day. Every single day, keep giving his best every single day to provide for you, to protect you, to make you feel good. So when I saw it from this perspective, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, a lot of women also, try to look good to impress men, yeah, also for themselves, but they want to be seen from men as valuable. So that makes completely sense, I thought. And I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm valuable just because I exist in this case. Um, and I started being open for that treatment, for a man that is treating me with high effort but doesn't put a bill on me, doesn't need anything back, and being only available for that, only available for someone who values my presence, doesn't want anything back, doesn't need anything um, me to do or to pay next time on a date, but just values me. And believe it or not, in this moment my reality shifted, and I realized even in a modern country like Central West Europe, super feminist modern country where it's actually even typical for people to go 50-50, you know, even in this country, my reality changed because my mindset changed, my energy changed. And because it was so life changing for me, right? I started 5 years ago being a coach full time 5 years ago, helping so many women, thousands of women having the same transformation. Women from the Western countries, from modern countries, believing that this is how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be 50-50, and um, how can I receive from a man? But they kind of deeply desired that. And we did exactly those steps. We worked through the limit, invisible blockages. We worked on the mindset. They owned the value of being a woman. And guess what? Men started to see their value, to support them, to provide, to protect everywhere they went, because they started attracting a different type of men. And I know that for you, sometimes it might sound like, but how is it possible? It's the same woman, same world. You know how the power of mind is just so strong. If I tell you, tell me when you see my picture here, tell me the color red, you would immediately see this and this. If I tell you, tell me the color yellow, you would immediately see this. It's the focus that we have, It's the focus that we have, and that focus makes a difference. This is why when you have a brand of a car on the street, when it passes by, you immediately see that brand, you immediately see that color of your own car, right? Like, my last car was very kind of like special. You couldn't really buy it anymore new anywhere, but it was like a special, how can I say, it was just very rare, right? Like, it was extremely rare. But if I ever saw it on the street, I would immediately spot it, immediately, before I could even think, because this is how our subconscious just spots what we are focused on. But it has to be subconscious. That's the trick here. If you consciously want something, but your subconscious is focused on, I will have to pay a bill back somehow, or the guy will disrespect my boundaries, or I will owe him, then yeah, then you will reject luxurious high effort treatment. That's why it's so important to work deeper than just on the brain, to really embody that transformation. And just like I did that years ago, and I've guided thousands of women to that point, I would love to help you as well. If you feel like I'm the right person for you, make sure to reach out for a free love audit call. You can already ask your questions, and I'll be able to already help you and support you on your journey towards attracting your man's proposal, towards attracting your dream man, the best treatment. And even if you're in a relationship and you desire to be treated with so much love, with effort, with commitment, with dedication, also sign up, okay? Because I've been guiding not only single ladies in the last 5 years, but also when they get engaged, from the period of engagement to marriage, even in marriage. So I'm pretty happy to support you on that journey as well. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Reach out for a free love audit call if you'd like personalized support, and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I see you in the next one.